Microsoft 365 in practice. Darius, take a note.
How many notes?
OneNote. Right. Today we're going to talk about Microsoft OneNote. OneNote is a note-taking app that was originally released in 2003. OneNote runs on every version of Windows, Mac, and of course iPhone and Android. It's included in Windows 10 and freely downloadable. This version, OneNote 2016, is part of Microsoft 365. And this version, OneNote for Windows 10, is the one that comes with Windows 10. Both versions are similar but slightly different. Microsoft actually recommends you run both versions side by side before making one your default version of OneNote. Let's compare the two versions at a high level.
Much in the same way we compared the multiple versions of OneDrive, we're comparing the multiple versions of OneNote?
Yeah, I guess when Microsoft puts the one in a name, that gives them license to use the same name for many things.
Well, it's a good thing we use YouTube to explain Microsoft.
Well said, Darius. And good thing we have Google too. Anyway, we digress. In OneNote, notes are organized by sections and pages. The Windows 10 app has this left-hand column sort of organization. And the Office 2016 app have the sections across the top and the pages across the right-hand side. Choose the app you prefer and stick with it. The differences are fundamentally personal preference. Strangely, I find the Windows 10 app makes sharing pages easier. For that reason, we'll use it for this demo. Okay, let's tune into WII-FM radio. You must know what that is. Hey, Darius?
It played during the 70s? Oh.
WII-FM stands for What's in It for Me, and it's everybody's radio station. That's just human nature. We're always looking for what is the benefit for us, right? So let's talk about some of the time-saving, life-improving benefits of OneNote. First, OneNote is a central place for notes. I add or read notes with my computer or with the iPhone that's always in my pocket, or with any web browser. So if I just have one place to look for notes, it's way more convenient. We'll see this demoed in a second. Secondly, OneNote's very flexible. How you organize your content is very much up to you, the user. Let's create a new section in our OneNote. So here we are in OneNote for Windows 10. And at the bottom of the section column, I can add a new section, and I'm going to call it Microsoft 365 in Practice. And a new page in that section, we'll call it OneNote Demo Page. And we can type notes, and we can format these notes, Control-I for italics. And the ability to move notes around on the page is one of the things where I say that OneNote is very flexible. Another use of OneNote that makes my life easier is screen capture. In OneNote 2016, there is an Insert Screen Capture button, which is not present in the Windows 10 app. In the newer versions of Windows 10, you can press Window key plus Shift plus S, so Windows Shift S, to capture whatever you want. It lands in the clipboard, so you can Control-V paste it anywhere you want into OneNote or anywhere else. Let's demo that. Windows Shift S. So there's different types of capture you can do with the Windows Shift S. The default here is the rectangle, so I'll capture a section of our script here. Now I can paste that image into OneNote. I'll put it right here on the page, and then it's an image. I can move it around. Notice as I've got it highlighted, I've got a picture menu highlighted here as well to do a little bit more picture management. I can also resize using the drag handles on the corners here. And I can use OneNote to record audio. It's this easy. Insert audio right here, and it'll start recording. We used to use this to capture meeting proceedings, but now that most meetings are online, we just hit the record button in Teams, right?
Right.
And since OneNote is logged into my Microsoft 365 account, everything I'm doing here is always syncing with the cloud. No need to save with OneNote. Everything stays up to date. Maybe not instantly, but it's pretty promptly. So it is available in Microsoft 365 or any device where I'm running OneNote and logged in. Let's take a look. So here we are logged into Microsoft 365. I can go to OneNote. The notebook I'm using here is the Lightlever notebook. So these are the various notebooks I have. So we organize by notebook, section, and page. And I can go to my OneNote demo page, and it will synchronize as quickly as it can with the cloud. Up here, this cloud icon shows that I'm synchronized. Let's also take a look at the iPhone version just to see what that looks like. Okay, here I am opening OneNote on my phone. So let me go back to look at the various sections. There's another section should appear here once we synchronize. I will just drag this down and release to force a synchronization. We can see the Microsoft 365 in Practice section that I created. If I tap on that, there's the OneNote demo page, which I will tap on that, and now it's loading this page. So here is the page that I created, and I can edit and move and everything in the iPhone. Okay, so we're not going to stick around in the iPhone. We'll go back to the computer screen now. And let me show the synchronization between multiple versions of OneNote. I was going to show it on the iPhone, but it's a bit messy. So here, this is OneNote for Windows 10. In this top window at the bottom, it's the web version of OneNote. So let me go in here, and I'm going to move this out of the way, and I will insert a picture from online. Okay, so I've inserted that picture, and no pressing save or anything like that. There it shows up almost immediately in the web version. Takes a bit longer if you are using another desktop version or your mobile device, because it has to go to the cloud, which what this is, and then download to the local device. So let's look at some other ways of getting information into OneNote. Anything you can print, you can send to OneNote. OneNote is set up as a printer in your Windows 10 environment. Also, look for various send to OneNote type of commands. For example, to save an email from Outlook. So here's an email, 21 Microsoft Teams tips from our friends at ShareGate. And notice in the menu, there is a move command. It's not a move per se, but it's a copy. When I click send to OneNote, it gives me my list of notebooks I could send it to. I'm going to put it in the Lightlever notebook in the Microsoft 365 in Practice section. See the various pages here. And I will click OK. And momentarily, we will see a new page show up here in OneNote for Windows 10. And speaking of Outlook, OneNote is there for you to take meeting notes, available in your meeting calendar. Let's open up this calendar invite and show that in action. So here's the meeting invitation for this meeting that we're in right now. And notice the OneNote icon here. So when I click on that, I can share notes with this meeting occurrence or take notes on my own. So either way, it's going to create a OneNote page. I will create a shared page that we can be both editing at the same time. And again, I'll put it in the same section and click OK. So now that that page is shared, notice it put a view meeting notes in the meeting invitation and is offering me to send an update. So I'll send an update to you, Darius, and you'll be able to access that shared page. Now here's another example of how OneNote is so integrated. I can make this a task. I can tag it as a task in OneNote and then see it in my Outlook. I was just going to add a task here in OneNote and have it show up in my Outlook. I just noticed that's only in the OneNote 2016 desktop version, not this Windows 10 version of OneNote. Let's take a look at that instead. So this is another one of those things, that personal preference. If you want to use Outlook tasks, you're going to need to use this OneNote 2016 version. So I can select a note here or anything in OneNote and I can add it to Outlook tasks. So I'll create a task for next week. And then if I bring Outlook over and take a look at my tasks, there it is. Give Darius the keys to the city. Let's split the screen again here so we can show that synchronizing. So notice there's a little flag here indicating it's an Outlook task. I'll go into Outlook, open up that task, and now I can complete the task. Notice there's a link to OneNote here. I can complete it. Now pay attention, I'm not touching the keyboard, but notice this flag will change to a check mark before too long. This takes a few seconds, Darius, so if you want to give us an amusing anecdote or a bad joke, you may. Oh, never mind, too late.
Actually, count yourself lucky.
Yeah, I will, thank you. And sorry we're not giving you the keys to the city, Darius, but wait, you're named after a Persian king, right? Won't we just crash down the gate anyway? As a king, then, you might not be interested in this next bit, sharing.
Nope.
As I mentioned earlier, because OneNote connects to Microsoft 365, you can share pages or entire notebooks to allow others to view or edit. So here in the OneNote 2016 version, I can pull down here and I can right-click a notebook and I can share. As I mentioned earlier, sharing of pages is much easier in the Windows 10 version. I didn't intend to have so much comparing with the versions here, but here we are. So in Windows 10, I select the page I want to share, and then I use the share button at the top right here. The sharing experience is very similar to OneDrive or SharePoint. Lastly, let's talk about search. As in all of the Microsoft 365 programs, search figures prominently, and I use it a lot. So here in the Windows 10 version, there's this search box. Let me search for OneNote. And press enter. So it finds quickly all of the pages that have the word OneNote in it. Let me go to the OneNote demo page. That's what we've been working on. It's found the word OneNote here and here. Here's another difference between the desktop app and the Windows 10 one, which I'm leaning back towards Windows 10 as being my favorite app. Notice the search box is on top here, and I'm going to type in OneNote again to search for that word. And here are all of the different places that OneNote shows up. Let's go into the OneNote demo page we're working on. There's this really cool feature that really amazes me, I haven't seen in any other search tool, is that OneNote searches within images. If I right click on this image, it looks like text, but it's actually a picture. And notice I've got some capabilities to make text in image searchable. So let's say it's English, United States. Now if I search for OneNote, and now notice here, it's actually finding the word OneNote in the image as well as just the straight up text.
Wow. We are living in the future, huh?
Yeah, I've never seen that in any other program. It's kind of it's an optical character recognition thingy.
It really makes me wonder how far it could go.
Yeah, well, the other thing you can do here is if I right click on image, I can copy text from picture. I use this sometimes to do a quick text to image thing. So here, let me just move this out of the way, and I'll just paste in what I just copied and see what it looks like. There we go.
Oh. Huh.
And it works pretty well.
Yeah.
Cool, eh?
It does. It really makes me wonder how far what this will look like in about 10 years.
Agreed. And as you get into OneNote, you'll find many more powerful features. And the 10 years comment, a good one, because it's always evolving.
Just like Microsoft 365.
Yep. This is a fast-paced, crazy old world.
Too fast-paced for me. I think I'm going to go to my slow-paced weekend now.
Yes, I'm also looking forward to slowing down for the long weekend. Hey, I'm Jerry Brimacombe, and this has been another episode of Microsoft 365 in Practice. Please let me know if you have any questions, and your comments and subscriptions are welcome. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.